Welcome, y'all, to YouTube time and coffee time with Madison Christine. This video today, you guys, is really asking to be shared, to be spoken. And this is about going deeper in the understanding of thought patterns and what that really means. Let's investigate this to a deeper level. A lot of my videos are going to be about going deeper. And this one, I was taking a walk yesterday and it was like this really powerful download. So when I share, I'm always integrating what comes through with you guys. And this has to do with where our thought patterns are coming from. We often think that our thought patterns are just our own, and that can already spin us into a defeating cycle. So let's look at it on a broader level. You guys, thought patterns, first of all, our thoughts are not always ours. Sit with that one for a minute. They're just not. If we really get into a more bird's eye perspective, thought patterns come from the land, from imagine the space that you live in, whatever energies were there before. All of this stuff trickles down from ancestry, your childhood experiences. Those are some examples. And it hit home hard. I know a lot of us, those of you watching, some of you are therapists, there's the conversation has been there, right, around ancestry and all of that. It's even more deeply up. These things are becoming more palpable. So it's really, really dangerous to get fixated on our thoughts, you guys. Any thought, think about this. Any thought coming through that is causing depression in you, repression, anxiety, you name it, that is not of the truth of who you are. That is not coming from that deep, true love. It just is not. So, in therapy, we have to be careful, my opinion, with diagnoses, because you can have people walking around for years saying, oh, I have depressive disorder. That's who I am. I have depressive disorder. That's just the way I am. Or I have this anxiety issue and it's run through my family. That's just the way I am. You guys, that's a lie. That's just not true. It's not true. So if I can help and offer in a different way of, getting a perspective, instead of saying I am anxious or I am depressed or I have that, it's a lot healthier to recognize that who you are is perfect. There's nothing for you to change in who you are, the truth of who you are. You're experiencing. I'd like to do this, get some hand dancing in. So here's your core here, right? Your being. Those are feelings, anxiety, emotions, all of that. They're simply an experience you're having. So instead of I am anxious, I'm experiencing anxiety, or I'm witnessing anxiety run through my body. So the more you can get distance, and I know I've shared this before, it's really important. The more you remember, like even let's say a deep sadness, depression, whatever it is, I am experiencing this. This is not who I am. So you get distance already, right? And the more you're able to learn how to just let it come through, because all of it is temporary, right? The danger is when we fixate onto that emotion, that fear, that anxiety, okay? We get into an identity fixation. And that is where it gets dangerous. That's where people end up, depressed in bed, not being able to get out, somatic issues come up, all of this stuff is a result of fixating and identifying and sticking with that. And imagine you are water. Water just flows through, right? Emotions are energy running through. And also, let's give another example. I had a great conversation with a dear friend yesterday around this. And imagine you're a couple, okay, and you're in a home, and there just happens to maybe be a room where you find yourself arguing a lot. Like that's the room where you argue. Of course, first of all, look at what's going on in your relationship and what's going on in your own being. Secondly, it's important to also consider what energy is in this room that maybe you're running through. And it's really important, you guys. Land. Think about the land. And I mean, I'm in New Mexico, and but in all the United States and everywhere, there's been so much destruction, what's been done to the natives and the land, and that affects us too. Those are patterns in the land that we need to respect. Any of you, and I'm so sorry that have experienced sexual trauma on any level, know and can connect to the fact that that is very connected to the land that's been raped, that's been taken, that's been dominated. And we need to get, in reverence to this and bring love to that in your home. All of it can be purified, but let's get more honest with ourselves about what's going on and quit just staying small in our own little worlds. And let's remember we need to really look at the abuse on the land, on the body, and start bringing love to that. And it's really, really, truly important to not let your own thoughts perpetrate you. We got to get our hands on the wheel. Those of you that are really wanting to wake up and experience this deep love, okay? It's like we've got to get curious about these thoughts running through. So many are not your own. And so we got to quit in this own mental self-abuse, self-perpetration of these thoughts, right? We're in a really huge wake up and turn around opportunity right now. And the power abuse has been off the charts. So my challenge, my encouragement is really taking a look at those thoughts, remembering they're not who you are, and really allowing them as energy to kind of trickle through and leave and kind of spin out. And instead of attaching, instead of forever processing through the head, you're just not going to heal through that. It's really to let go of the trying to grasp and figure it out and just let it pass through like water. So those are the things that I wanted to share today. Thank you guys so much for being here with me. And if you're wanting one-on-ones, it's MadisonChristine.net. And if you like this video, please hit subscribe. Cheers, you guys. And I'll meet you all on the flip.